Hi, it is Robbie from Southern California, and I'm starting to tend to my garden more and more in the morning. This was the project this morning, and I'll jump into it in a second so you can see. What I've got growing there is a seedling, one of my own zucchini seeds that I grew. The seed was from Dollar Tree, and look how big it's gotten. It had that top that I make, but it had overgrown the top that goes on with the tote lid. And I decided it was time to get that thing covered up before the squirrels got it. So I want you to take a good look at it, and then you'll see me jump in. And what I did this morning, isn't this beautiful? And I'll explain to you why it was done this way with the top open on this. So yes, I do risk birds, but all in all, I should be getting zucchini out of that, I'm gonna say within the next 2 weeks. Probably that soon, maybe 3, because it's full of little baby zucchini already and the flowers are about to open. But I'm going to have to tell you right now, without Tulle, I would not have a garden here. You know where I live. Though I am still in the city, we have coyotes and squirrels and raccoons and you name it, we've got it here. But this keeps pretty much everything away. Even the deer won't bother that. And I'm telling you, oh my goodness, when I found that years and years ago, I worked in a fabric store when I was a kid and I knew all about fabric. I knew when I started to garden, I needed something better than what I could buy because the bird netting is no good. It's not safe for birds. This is 100% safe. They can land on it, but they don't get stuck to it. And squirrels and rodents, they kind of get their little nails in there and it kind of pulls and they get scared. They don't really get stuck, but they get scared. They think it's a trap. So this has worked out great. Now, let me tell you something. I get my Tulle from eBay. I have been getting it there for like 10 years or more. I found a company that has been keeping the price down. I don't even know them, but I messaged them, and they've got 54 inches wide, 40 yards long for just over $9. They have quite a few colors now in that price. A little bit more if you want green and black, but they have burgundy and beige, and they've got turquoise, everything, just a little over $9. Now, if you would go to a fabric store, a lot of times it's anywhere from $2 to $4 a yard. Can you imagine how much you're saving? What you have to do, let me explain this and then we'll jump into what I did. You've got to go into where my title is and kind of lower down. Don't look at those pictures that YouTube is putting up. And tap into my description. Sometimes it says description, sometimes it doesn't, but find the description and you'll see more, and sometimes you'll see the word more again. Once you get in there, you'll see some links that I put in, and I put that link in there and you'll see it. You can go look at it. It's free shipping. You can't beat the price. It's the best price out there. And let me tell you something, they ship out quite quickly. Free shipping so far, and it's been that way, and it's just fantastic. Without this company, it would be costing me a little bit more because I'd be looking around, but this has worked for me and I'm really happy. So if you're gardening, you probably will only need one bolt of 40 yards, though I sometimes have to do the whole yard. It doesn't matter to me because I am feeding us and we don't have to buy produce from the grocery store as long as I'm growing it in my yard and it's protected from the elements. So let's jump in and see what I did this morning, and then I'll come back and you'll see more on how this was all done and why. Now I am going to speed this up. The top I just tossed off was made from the tote lid, but of course my plant is too big. So here I am using 4 tomato stakes, and now I'm using 1/2-inch irrigation tubing. I don't know of anybody else using this. This has worked out fantastic. It's so cheap. Go get yourself a roll, 50-foot roll. It's going to be like $10, $15. I don't know, something like that. And you just cut them off with the scissors, and now you just drape the Tulle whatever way you want. Now this is really a fast makeshift cover, so those squirrels will not get my zucchini plant. I'm making it in all different ways using irrigation tubing now. This is just one, but I needed to get this up right away or that would not be there tomorrow, because once they find it, the squirrels, they'll chew up the leaves, the center of the plant, and it's goodbye plant. But literally, I just put it up with a little piece of Tulle. I'm going to leave the top open so the bees can go up and down. If I have to, I can cover it later if there's a problem. And that's all there is to it. I mean, can you get anything easier than that? And those binder clips I'm using, My goodness, you can pick those up at dollar stores or Walmart or Target or any place. They're like $1 for a package of metal binder, paper binders. They're like paper clips and they just clip on. Here I'm taking a little bit of yarn and I'm tying the center, and this way it won't move. This is really fast. We're going to get into all different ways of putting up the irrigation tubing, whether you use tomato stakes or not. But today I did. And I'm keeping the tool on the loose side so the plant can grow. And if I have to, I can change it up later. Remember, the tool I cut and used here, I can use it anywhere. Usually lasts for a couple years. That's it. Look at that. Just clip it up. I'm letting it drape down, so if a squirrel leaps onto it, he's going to get stuck on the bottom and run. And that's all there is to it. Can you get any easier than that? Or cheaper? What did it cost me? $1, if that? This is literally something really quick. I normally wouldn't do it this way. I've got other ways of doing it, but something got to it the other day. Now I can see those holes chewed in leaves are birds. So they found their way in, and that's okay. I don't really worry that much about some of the birds that are chewing on it. I worry more of the squirrels, the ground squirrels. Tree squirrels don't bother it. Now I've left it open on the top here, and you can see I took some yarn and I tied it. And I kind of hung it where it's holding it, the clips. I use the slip knot so I can adjust it. And then it's up. It's just not going to fall down. So it's on both sides. And this way bees can find their way in. And let me tell you something, they do. They'll go down, and once the flowers open, they'll go ahead and pollinate, and then they'll fly up through the top. I'm also making sure that I drape everything on the bottom. If I don't drape it down, a squirrel could try to climb up and figure out how to get in. They don't like touching this, but I want it draped. So see how I let it hang? It's also loose so the leaves can go ahead and push through. There's a lot of neat ways of doing it, but I looked at this last night and thought, if I don't do this now, I'm going to lose one of my first big zucchini plants, and I am very anxious to get the first really good zucchini of the year. So there it is. You saw me put it together. This is just irrigation tubing. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite thing. And it's so cheap. You get a whole roll of what, 500 feet? Oh goodness. It's less than, let's say $50. I don't even think it's that. But you can get 10-foot rolls. You don't have to get big ones, or 50-foot rolls, I should say. This is 1/2 inch. And then this is just some tomato stakes. You could use whatever stakes you've got. And then these are paper binders. This whole package probably cost me $1 to put up. And then yarn. And it's done. And the best thing about it is I can reuse that over and over until it falls apart. So I can just move it to another tote if I needed to later, or just roll it up, ball it up, and pull it out for something else, another project. But isn't that cool? It's a fast fix. But now if a squirrel came running along here, if he goes to leap up, he's going to get caught in this, and they don't like that at all. It gets stuck in their nails, and then he's fighting with it, and he thinks it's a trap. Birds, if I have to, I could close the top, but right now, unless I'm around on days it's opening the flowers, I can just unclip this and drop it down and let the bees go in and out. So there's various ways of doing it as it stands. Like I said, I could just unclip it, drop it down, let the bees come to it, and then close it up in the evening or later on during the day. But I think right now this will be good. I could still lower it a little bit more when there's a lot of flowers. Or I can hand pollinate. Either way, but it's done, and I'm very happy. And hopefully, with all the new growth coming in, and I've got zucchini already. Can you see it? So I hope you enjoyed this. This is just things I do early in the morning before the sun comes out. And I try to get things done, and then I go in to have breakfast. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. And I'll be eating a lot soon from here.